Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to Channel Your Light, Own Your Intuitive. I have such a beautiful message of joy coming through for someone on here. And this is literally just the beginning for whomever this message is for. I see Miss Ava's trying to make her way onto the couch here. Whoever this message is for, everything is just beginning for you. The song that is continually playing through is here's a song for the broken-hearted. Don't you know I'm only getting started? That's the song lyrics that keep coming through over and over and over. It's almost like a renewed vitality amidst the unsettled energy that's happening on the earth plane for so many people. For those of you who are highly sensitive, you will have been sensing the collective consciousness in these different swells and fluctuations. We all do, particularly those who have extremely heightened sensitivities. This is a time you need to really ground, focus your energy, renew your light, replenish and restore, because the state that your frequency is in actually affects the collective consciousness, because you're part of the collective consciousness, and this is why every single person matters. So when we have an event or a deep swell or something like that that negatively impacts or brings up a lot of darkness from the subconscious or lower dense frequencies, and those of you who have already, I want to say cultivated, came in with a higher frequency, are already attuned and aligned with all of those things, we need to maintain that higher frequency. When there is a lot of darkness, what do we need? We need light. When there is a lot of sadness, what do we need? We need the balancing of joy. We need the balancing of hope. We need it's like a balancing effect is what I want to say. So I'm also being told by the Galactic Federation of Light right now and the Planetary Commission that during the Great Awakening, the Ascension process, and all the purging that's happening on the Earth plane through the collective consciousness that inhabits the Earth plane, there was always an understanding that a balance would need to be maintained. This is why we have subsets of souls who are here to exude pure joy regardless of the darkness that's happening around them. They are intended to follow their heart, follow their frequency, to be in a state of joy. The collective consciousness needs you to maintain that state. We need you to continue to do that, because what happens is, they're showing me like the balancing scales when we're in periods of balancing is how this is coming through. So if we're in the Great Awakening and we've got all the joy and these high frequencies of mindfulness, consciousness, kindness, love, superseding all of the denser, lower frequencies. And then we suddenly have this influx of these low frequencies that seem to be everywhere, and they kind of permeate the consciousness of most of the people that engage with them. Those of you who have higher frequencies will inevitably sense the heaviness of what's happening on the earth plane in the collective consciousness, whether you are physically there or you are not there. Ava's getting excited to play right now. Miss Ava. So this is important, because if we have all this big swell of this darkness, we need that balancing of the deep swells of joy, maintaining that frequency, being light where there is sadness, being joy where there is sadness, being compassion where there is none, having all those skills. That's part of the balancing. So for those of you who have been cultivating your divine connections, for those of you who are walking in your truth, which is we are all joy, this is an illusion, this darkness, maintain that, because we need that for this balancing process. When do we need it the most? When we're in the deep swells of darkness, when all of these things come up. Ava's like getting crazy bananas here. Are you crazy bananas, girl? Yeah, it's okay. So, it's important to maintain that joy. It's important to have moments of that. It's important for all of those things to really come into play. The reason this is important is, as a collective consciousness, if we are drowned down, or if we are taken down or pulled back by all that dark energy, when this gets really big and we have all these lights over here and this dark energy starts to pull down, if it permeates all of our light workers, all of our light bearers, if it permeates them, they become dim, and we actually need them to be at their brightest right now. So this can be something as simple as going out and doing something that brings you joy. This is as simple as meditating and focusing on absolute love within you. As within, so without. So if you can master that feeling, it's more than a feeling, that visualization, your consciousness actually affects the collective consciousness. That's just you. You can effectively affect the collective consciousness, is what I want to say, in a beautiful, masterful way. Now, what happens when you get 100 people, 1,000 people, 10,000 people, 100,000 people, 1,000,000 people, all focusing on this inner love within them? That's 1,000,000 people in the collective consciousness that can effectively create a change in the collective consciousness, because we are grouping them in masses together of that high joy frequency. This is not to take away from any of the events that are happening on the earth plane. This is rather, it's being highlighted that it's very, very important that specifically an empath, or people who tend to sense other people's sadness, their grief, their sorrow, all of those different things. Hi, you want to say hi? If you have a heightened awareness and sensitivity of those specific aspects, the emotions with other people or through the collective consciousness, you particularly are going to want to really anchor your energy, really clear your energy, stabilize it, come back to your divine connections. I'm being told this came through in a previous channel, which I chose not to post this channel. However, I may just post it anyways. But why do you think that you've been cultivating your divine connections? Why do you think that all of you who are moving in the energetic fields, mastering the quantum field, whether you're healers, whether you're intuitives, whether you're teachers, all of those different things, why do you think that you've been doing that this whole time? Like, it's your training ground to prepare you for this time. And it's time to shine your light. If you heal bodies, it's time to heal bodies. If you shine light and move energy, it's time to begin moving the dense energy. If you are a transmuter, it's time for you to start transmuting energy. For those of you who cast out, this also came into the previous channel. So, sorry, itchy ear. For those of you who cast out dense energies, for those of you who transmute or command, if, like I was shown this before, and it's very important, if you're a priest who does exorcisms, if you're somebody who literally casts stuff out of people that is part of a dark sphere of consciousness, this is the time we need you to do that. This is the time we need you to begin removing and clearing people. This is the time we need you to do it for you first, right? That's one of the key, this kind of feeling like it's getting scattered, and I would rather it be focused in this channel. But I suspect it's because I did not post the channels that came through, because I chose not to, despite the fact that they were definitely divinely guided. So it's very important that we stand in our light. This is why we've been cultivating these divine connections. This is why some of you have been on the journey that you have been on. Sometimes when we go to multiple places and it feels scattered and we wonder, why was I there? And why was I there? And why isn't this working out? And why isn't that working out? In truth, you're somebody on here. Your frequency was actually going to those different places in order to touch the frequencies. So frequency, your consciousness, your energetic blueprint, imprint, however you wish to look at it, your DNA, your frequency. When you stepped into those places of lower frequencies, this actually allowed those lower frequencies to be touched, which means you either triggered the crap out of somebody, or someone else felt like home, another person got activated, and things got uprooted that were part of the darker spheres of consciousness or lower frequency thought forms. That's actually why you were at the places that you were. I'm hearing this is for somebody who feels like you're a jack of all trades. Listen, you've been gathering diamonds and touching frequencies for this time period. Your whole life you've been doing that. And that's what you came here. And this is why you don't fit in. This is why you never fit in. This is why you never will fit in, because we need you to maintain that higher frequency that you came here with, because the lower dense frequencies, like you can see all this stuff happening in the world. This is a lot of, underpinnings of the foundations of the consciousness that's on the earth plane, that's being uprooted, that's coming up from the subconscious into the consciousness. This is the time we need light, right? When we awaken, what happens? We kind of go through this great purging and this great chaos. If you're talking about a dark night of the soul, you go through this experience that doesn't feel very good. It feels very push and pull. It feels very fire. It feels very sad. Everybody's slightly different in how they experience it. But then what happens? You go through all the throes and emotions, and then you come into this balancing, stabilizing for this new beginning. And again, I'm hearing, don't you know I'm only getting started? That is specifically by a singer, songwriter. I'm not really clear on that exactly, but I do know this. It is by the name of Jeremy Camp. And I don't know why the name Jeremy is significant, but they're telling me, let me tell you, I'm being told it is extremely important, the name Jeremy for somebody on here. So that could be your name. This could be one of your children's name. This could be a deceased loved one. It could be a spouse. It could be a parent. I just know that the name Jeremy is being highlighted for me, and that song is very, very important. Don't you know I'm only getting started? This is the story of a light from darkness. It's a story of a light from darkness. It's a story of overcoming, transcending. And although we look at that as the underdog story, that's a change in, my friends. And that is changing rapidly and expansively. And there are times where I recognize on this journey what I believe to be true a year ago, 2 years ago, 4 years ago, 10 years ago. Today, those things aren't true. It's like releasing these different aspects of who we are and the ways that we were doing things. Programming, I'm hearing programming. Whoever this message is for, you are about to go on a massively beautiful new beginning, new journey. I need you to rekindle your hope. I need you to feel your fire. I need you to remember your joy. I need you to take the word disappointment and I need you to tuck it into a box and set the box on fire, because literally it's like miracles. I'm just hearing miracles. I'm hearing we're only getting started in showing you what you are capable of, how you are capable of it, what that means for you, how your life changes, how everything is different. And it's time, friends. Everybody has been waiting for this event or this thing to come. I know a lot of light workers and all of those things. Everything happens in the energy first. So if we know an event is coming, it's based on the energy that builds the momentum for the event to take place in physical form. Everybody has a different idea of what this event looks like. I am not to speak about that for some reason, or rather I choose not to give an opinion on it. Rather, I just know that it's time, and I just know that we are only getting started. If you are light, and in this collective consciousness of the earth plane, there is way more light than there is darkness. I want to be very clear. There is way more kindness than what we are shown or what we know and see. There is way more love, high frequencies, all of those things. We're going to get into that in another channel, drilling down through the quantum field, thought consciousness, how that actually plays out, what that means, and is very exciting. But I just wish to tell, there's somebody on here, it's been coming in for the last 24 hours so strong. Like, if you knew, you are only getting started on your light. You are only getting started on your trajectory and your momentum. This is new beginnings in spade. I'm seeing the new life card. I'm seeing the old stuck in the mud card, feeling stuck in the mud, not sure where you're going to go, not sure what to think about, all of those different things. It's kind of like that's being removed, or I'm literally seeing spirit pick you, have somebody come in. That's another message for somebody else, but that's on another video. Picking you up and moving you to a completely different place, because don't you know I'm only getting started. So keep on, those of you who are here for joy, those of you who are dancing around, sprinkling stardust, your joy that you are, your freedom that you are, please do not stop doing that. We need you. And if you feel like your flame has gone out, this is also a call for you to, or feeling like it's too heavy, all of those things, you're actually being called to restore and replenish your energy, to re-anchor the divine connections. Why do you think you've been cultivating them your whole life? Why do you think you suddenly went on a spiritual journey? And for somebody who just went on about face onto a spiritual journey, this was so that you could cultivate the connection, you could move into the energetic realms and fields, so that you would be able to do this when the time came where it was absolutely needed. So right now, it's absolutely needed. If you are tired, if you feel exhausted, don't forget, there are millions of other light workers who are here, who are going to pick up the slack when it is needed to. It's not just you. You are not alone. There are many, many people in many, many roles doing many, many things. So if you need to restore and replenish your energy, we're asking you to actually stop and do that, to focus solely on your divine connection, cultivating it again, stabilizing your energy, moving the energy through you, healing the body, replenishing your DNA, getting light code activations, connecting with the divine, connecting with your higher self, all of those things. Now's the time to restore and replenish that energy if you are tired. And I know a lot of people are tired. A lot of people are tired of waiting. And a lot of people are wondering what the heck is going on. October is a huge month. If you are highly intuitive and sensitive, you will have felt the extra weight of the collective consciousness. So know this. Don't you know I'm only getting started? We are only getting started. So if you are love, be love, baby, be love. There was a channel that was on previously where one of the things that I had said in that channel, which was for somebody specific, was about if you're balanced, you'll be placed in places where there's imbalance. If you're love, you'll be placed in places where there's hate. So that's a message for a very specific subset of souls who are light workers, who are doing specific things on specific missions, have specific soul purposes. That's very specific messaging. There is also a group of you who are literally here to maintain the frequency of joy, of happiness, of fun, of freedom, of free spirits, all of those things. This subset of souls, you are love, and we're not placing you where there's hate. We're placing you where there's love, so that all of these people who are coming from the darker spheres of consciousness, or who are having the programming removed and coming into this awareness of their consciousness and thoughts, and this whole concept of the matrix, or the idea of how it works and doesn't work, what's an illusion, what is an illusion, creating our own world. When they're waking up to that through this process, they need you to be at this state of joy, because they're going to be wondering what's going on. So whoever this is for, this is somebody who literally, you are just absolute joy. Maintain that regardless of what goes on. We need you to maintain that, because people will be needing or looking forward to that, how to cultivate that joy. We need that high frequency, particularly when things are low. Do not have shame or guilt to have joy when things are going crazy in the world. Do not. We need you to maintain that. This is like, I feel like I have a microphone here and Spirit has it on a megaphone. Make sure you maintain your joy and your frequency. Make sure you maintain your love, because you are consciousness and you are part of the collective consciousness here on the earth plane. We need the reverberations, the vibrations of light, of love. This is why when we get into communities and we sit down and we meditate, spreading love, I will tell you, last weekend, was it last, not the weekend that just passed, but the weekends before, there were massive groups of people doing meditations, and I felt it. I could literally feel the lightning of the frequency, and immediately I was like, somebody's doing a group meditation that is affecting the collective consciousness. I sense these things on a next kind of level that sometimes has been an absolute burden, but really it's one of the most incredible gifts, because it allows us to confirm when something of a heightened frequency shows up. It's kind of like the concept for most of you who are highly sensitive. You know when somebody shows up or an energy shows up that's a lower waveform or a denser frequency. You also know when things show up which are high frequency, which feel good, which feel light, which feel loving, which feel honest and authentic and divinely inspired. You have these gifts for a reason. Yes, for some of you, it feels like a burden if you're placed in a lot of dark mentalities or dark spheres of consciousness, but it's just a barometer. It's meant to inform you of the energy or the frequency. It's not meant to take you down or to feel like a punishment. So those of you who are in the space of joy, keep going, keep maintaining it. Do not stop. We absolutely need you. This is actually for a teacher, I believe, a teacher who teaches some kind of joy or something. And I'm feeling like my ears are getting plugged right now. And they're like, you need to plug your ears from all the commotion that's going on so you can literally focus on the joy. And it's okay that you're doing that. And I'm hearing justice has been served. So I'm not sure what that really means, but this is a very important message. On this channel, I want to be clear, not every message is for every person. I am literally receiving messages for multiple subsets of souls. Sometimes it's very specific individuals. Sometimes it's groups. What a message is for one person is not going to be the same message for another person. That's because we all have different roles. I'm not here to only be for one role. I am here to take the macro for those of you in the micro and see how you fit into it. So if this message is for you, you will know it. You will know you have been joy. You will know your high frequency. You'll probably been in places wondering, what the heck was I doing there? I don't really understand. It's because your frequency touches other people's frequency. It either activates it, it illuminates something in them, it triggers something in them, and other people, it makes them feel like absolute home. That is the power of each individual's frequency. This is also the power of your individual consciousness and why everyone matters. We need as many people as possible shining their lights, holding the frequency of love while this kind of unravels, unfolds, is illuminated, all of those different things. So don't you know I'm only getting started? There's like this really deep feeling. I don't want to say I can't shake it because I don't want to shake it, but it's just like this deep knowing that, oh, friends, we are only getting started. And although some of you may attune that to chaos and darkness, so too is it true for all of this light and all of these beautiful miracles. There's somebody on here, I keep hearing the word miracle. You have either just experienced a miracle that is jaw-dropping, shocking, and inspiring, or you're about to experience a miracle. We need you to be in the state of hope. We need you to maintain your joy frequency is what I wish to say. It's very important because the miracles, don't you know they're only getting started? They are only getting started. There is a lot happening on the earth plane. So again, I'm seeing this person, plug your ears from all the dense thought forms, the negativity, all of those different things, and focus on the joy and the love that you are. I know that that's not easy at times, but just remember you have an entire team and an entire social memory complex of Venusian descent of love who are here to support you and surround you. And I'm being told you need to call on your grandmother, whoever this message is for, because she will literally shield you, help you, hold you up, and divine with you. You are joy. Do not be less than joy because other people are not. Do not be less than joy because that's what's existing on the earth plane in a lot of places right now. We need you to be that joy because there's so many other things that do not feel like joy that are happening. And it's just about the word joy. This is a story of a light from darkness. Don't you know I'm only getting started? The divine is only getting started. So whoever this message is for, I love you. I'm excited for you. I'm so glad you are here on the earth plane. You are amazeballs. Incredible. I'm hearing keep the faith, keep the faith. So keep the faith because the rolling ball of momentum, you're no longer pushing it up a hill. You're like a little nudge. It just rolls for you down the hill. So I'm wishing each and every one of you, of course, as always, love, light, peace, joy, transcendence. If you are feeling like you need to re-anchor or recultivate your divine connection, stabilize your energy, find a balancing anchor for it during this chaotic time. If you're highly sensitive, please join the 21-day spiritual expansion. This literally puts you back into alignment with your own energy, reopening that divine connection or amplifying it and honing it and really bringing you through all the different chakra energy centers. It's the dimensions we're going through, all of your mediumship, your connections with the divine, your guides, your starseed family. This is a 21-day spiritual expansion, but what it is also is allows us to be really divinely anchored in our peace, in our connection with Gaia, in our unity of one consciousness of love. That is very important at this time, that as many of us as possible maintain that frequency. We would love to have you join us in the 21-day spiritual expansion. You can find the link to join that or more details on it in the video description box below. And of course, if you wish to have a one-on-one session with me or a spiritual quantum clearing with you, your guides, your ancestors, your loved ones, your team and my team, well, you can also find that in the link for the video description box below. So friends, I'm very excited and I will catch you in the next video.